There seems to be an interesting phenomenon occurring nowadays, and that precisely is that every platform is starting to become more and more geared towards short form content. And this honestly didn't start around the TikTok days or like more recently. It actually started much before it when Vine was first out and before, Vine eventually died. I think people are starting to develop shorter and shorter attention spans. It seems to be happening more often than you think when you just hear that for the first time, and then you look around, you see it kind of everywhere. TikTok is probably one of the most popular apps currently, and it's made to not only keep you there for hours, but to give you short content, but in large quantities. It's no longer about having good content, it's about having digestible content. And even YouTube, with their most recent feature release, the YouTube Shorts, seems to be doing this same sort of thing, where they release this kind of platform and it allows creators who appeal to that kind of short form content and they can upload it. It's made for mobile phones to view. It's basically just TikTok but inside of YouTube, and they have that as an option now, and there are creators who are able to profit off of this. The algorithm is insanely modified for it so that you get loads of views but less revenue if you make revenue from videos, and it seems that this is just how platforms are going to change as we move on. I mean, as far as I can tell, every platform that's still used has this. Even Snapchat, which, kind of a dying or dead platform, depending on how you look at it. I mean, they're making money still, but it's just not the same. The Snapchat stories were like the first thing, and then Instagram stories started doing it, and now it's YouTube. YouTube is now doing their version of it, essentially. And I think this kind of like movement towards short form content could have a bad impact on younger people, but also just people in general who consume it, because I've noticed even myself, I subconsciously am less eager to consume something that would be longer but better or more entertaining or more informational or whatever, and I'd rather watch like a short, quick, fun video. And I think that kind of dynamic is not good, because having a short attention span makes it so you get bored very easily, and being bored often, here's my context for this. In one of Vsauce's most recent videos talking about time, he talks about how boredom is where we form our memories. We say, oh, we had a fun event. When we're bored, we start to like form the memories, and we look back and we remember that, and that keeps it in our memory. If we are getting bored often and the fun things we do are so common, it's, oh, I watched this funny video, I watched another funny video, I watched like 4 or 5 or like 10 or 23 in like a short period of time, you start remembering less and less of what you're watching and what you're seeing and what you're doing and everything like that. And with the times you spend bored, you just think about the next thing you want to see, rather than you're thinking about, oh, that video was really funny, that like 30-second video was really funny, or that like 60-second video was like really entertaining. No, you're not thinking about that. You're just thinking about when's the next thing. You're just overstimulating your brain with content. It's marketable. It's easy for both the creators and like advertisers and people who want to use it, and it goes to so many people. In the end, it ends up hurting, I'd argue, creators more than it helps, because it makes it so if you want to make something that is important or has meaning, or is anything other than haha lol, like funny 30-second clip of someone screaming at a game or playing Among Us, imposter sus, all that shit, if it's not just like a 30-second video or like a 60-second video that's like gaming clips or like some skit or like a prank and all that stuff, if it's not that, it's going to be a lot harder to make, and it becomes a lot less profitable to even do that. And then the whole point of a lot of these platforms, especially YouTube, of broadcast yourself, is more just make shit content but massively. And I don't think that's a good place to go, especially with children. I think children already have pretty short attention spans, and if you make it so that everything they consume is short attention span type stuff, it makes it so that they expect that kind of thing in life in general, and they'll begin to get very bored. They'll begin to feel very tired with normal life, I think, is the natural progression of that, because of how used to the fast-paced content they are. And maybe this is a bit of like an over-exaggeration, but I still think it has the potential to go that way, especially with children, because children are very malleable. You can teach them a lot of things young, and it's hard to like unteach them. You can set examples and set precedents that they expect to continue throughout their life that may not be true, and the precedent of everything being, you know, super fun and super digestible and super, you know, easy, everything's fast-paced, easy content. If you teach them that when they're young, it makes it so they expect that later on, which I think just ruins their expectations of what life really is. And I think that when people give in to that kind of advertiser helping overly easy to make content that is on TikTok, that is on Snapchat, that is on, you know, Instagram, that is on YouTube now, it is just for the greater good of content, not smart. It's not good. It's not a good choice, because a lot of the videos or the things, the type of media that would have value, that have information, that have that sort of actual, you know, point to them, those don't thrive in these kind of spaces. No kid is going to learn how to like do math from like a TikTok, and if they do, it's probably basic math. And that kind of thing is weird. Obviously, it's not like they should be learning math from a TikTok anyway, but that kind of platform doesn't allow them to learn about what they are interested in or find something that they are interested in that could be an actual job. And I think that that's kind of a problem, because like I know personally, like I got into a lot of the tech related stuff from YouTube, and that's why I'm interested in tech stuff, is because I ran into it. It was recommended to me. I started getting into more and more of it. I watched like Linus Tech Tips, Austin Evans, other people like that, the Hardware Canucks, etc. And I would just watch their content and I would learn things while becoming more and more interested in them. And that kind of shaped my view of technology and my interest in it. And I don't think that a place like TikTok or, you know, the YouTube Shorts, that's what they're called, are a good way of doing that. I don't think they can do that same thing. They can't have that same effect. So all of the benefits of having content on the internet that was educational is completely gone when you put it in short form, easy to digest shit, essentially, that, you know, these platforms are starting to promote. Overall, I think, just to sum it up, I see it being more bad for social media than good, because it makes people have short attention spans, which in general is not good. You don't want to essentially just create a bunch of like ADD kids and even adults. Being someone who has ADD, according to my psychiatrist, I don't think that we should be allowing something that can turn you into that kind of a person where you know, you need constant stimuli. I don't think we should be promoting that kind of content and that kind of a precedent for children who are on the internet. It's quantity versus quality. The classic debate. Right now, it appears that quantity is winning against quality, and I guess that's how it's going to be unless something changes. That's about it. That's my little commentary, and see you guys later.